Welcome to the Path of the Muthzak video series. Join me on a rough playthrough of Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria, in which I will highlight tips and tricks that will aid you on your own quest to reclaim Khuzdul.
That was no normal dwarf blast.
Alright, welcome to Return to Moria.
Too dark for dwarf eyes.
I'm going to jump right into it. Start with this basic tutorial that they give us. First we have to gather wood. You'll just see it laying around on the ground. It does get highlighted when you get close to it.
There must be a way back to camp. Could try the Doors of Durin from the inside. Best get going.
Okay, tutorial up there in the upper right hand corner. Bypass the craft a torch portion. Now we need to craft a pickaxe. So let's craft both of those things. Press C to bring up the crafting menu, field crafting. Click on your torch, click craft, tells you what ingredients you need. Same thing with the simple pickaxe. Mind me while I organize my inventory. You can set your hotbar up however you want to, of course. We all like ours a certain way. Get that torch out. I like the lighting in this game. It can be kind of dark, but you know, adjust your screen brightness. I like to mine from the top down. Makes it easier to make sure you get everything that you want to get. Clear the complete doorway. Of course, you can do it however you want to. But if you just punch a hole through the bottom of this doorway, and then you decide later that you want to completely clear it out, it can get complicated. You have to build platforms to be able to get up to the top of it, stuff like that. Something you want to pay attention to is the stamina bar in the middle. This pops up on your screen. You can see how it's slowly refilling while we stand here and do nothing. It will correspond with the blue energy bar as well. If that blue energy bar is at half, your stamina is only going to refresh to half, maybe slightly above. It'll fill up a full bar. So once you run out of stamina, you can't swing your pickaxe anymore. You can't charge your weapon for an attack anymore. You can't roll to dodge. So stamina is pretty important. There's different things in the game that'll buff your stamina or your energy level. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but this piece floating in the air right above my torch is the type of thing that'll annoy the crap out of me. If that were low enough, your dwarf would absolutely get hung up on it if you try to run through this doorway. This isn't a big deal because you're running from a cave bear. try and get your cursor on that thing, but it's not always easy. Like I said, this one isn't detrimental, so we're not going to worry about it too much.
We are not alone.
Now our next tutorial thing is eat mushrooms. So, again, organize my inventory. You see down here in the lower left-hand corner, you've got this yellow bar. It's got a wedge of cheese next to it. It says food. I call it the cheddar bar. And then here's your health bar. You will start to lose health if your cheddar bar gets down to empty, and you'll start to lose health to starvation. So, eat that mushroom. See our cheddar bar refills a little bit. Eating raw food will refill your cheddar bar and prevent you from starving to death, but it's not the best way to consume your food.
Whoa, a raven of Erebor.
This is a fallen dwarf. You can press your action button to honor this, and then it'll give you a little statue. It also gives you a buff called Hero Spirit. Those statues, you collect enough of them, you can build a statue called a Memorial Flame, which you can then honor the statue, and it will give you the same Hero Spirit buff. Hero Spirit says, restoring and honoring Khuzdul gives a bonus to energy for a short time. Get some more wood scraps here. You'll notice when I break this, eventually the piece above it will break because I've taken away the support on the bottom. That still allows you to collect the scraps, but it's something you want to keep in mind for if you decide to get into the building portion of this game, or if you're ever trying to tear down a building or part of a building, because you will inadvertently tear that whole building down on your head. Okay, if you're not seeing the damage numbers, it's not doing any damage and it won't destroy the thing. All these mushrooms and all these materials that we're picking up right now will respawn in this area of the game. They won't elsewhere so much, but the mushrooms will. The mushrooms will grow. All plants grow at a rate of 1 per day-night cycle. Day-night cycle is noted down here, lower left. I'll listen to the crow here.
And the winds. I am Aric, son of Aric. Yours is the only friendly face here.
What happened to the rest of camp?
I cannot tell. A curse, ill curse. It blocks me.
Could you search for a way out? And for any other survivors?
I will search. You go east, see what you can find. I will fly to you when I can.
Okay, so that gives us our first goal, to seek the gate. It says there you can press Q to read the entry. Making sure to mine all this out right now just to make sure that I have the stone on hand when I need it. Stone is going to be our primary building material for the first part of the game. Eventually we'll get access to granite, and then beyond that a stone that they call adamant. Gotta let that stamina recharge. See our energy bar starting to deplete. That's from all this mining work that we're doing. I'll be making references to hotkeys in the game. If you go to use a hotkey that I talked about and you find that it's not working, that's probably because I forgot what the normal hotkey is, the original key mapped hotkey is, because I only have one hand and I'm playing on a 17-button left-handed mouse, so the majority of my keys, especially the quick action ones, are remapped to that mouse. So just bring up your menu, escape menu, go to settings, and you can check your key mapping. Okay, to scale up there, we need to build a quick platform. I believe that's V for the hotkey, and that'll let you build one, and you'll have to hit V again to build another one. Otherwise, you can hit B, as in Bravo, to bring up your building plans. Go into wood and stone, you'll have quick platforms there, and that'll just allow you to build one after the other as long as you have the material and until you back out of that build menu. We're not going to mine this whole wall because that'll take quite some time, and we are on a schedule here. That schedule being at the end of day 2, beginning of day 3, this protective shield that they've given us will go away. Protective shield is in kind of similar to Clash of Clans, where you have so many hours or days to prepare yourself to be attacked. And so it goes by the in-game day-night cycle. When this switches to day 3, we're going to get attacked by orcs or goblins or something. Other creatures in the game, like wolves or bears or something like that, could attack you before that, but the big worry is going to be the goblins and orcs. Okay, this is the Doors of Durin from the inside.
The Doors of Durin? What is wrong with it? I've never seen rooms with such shadow. No wonder we couldn't get it open from the other side.
Our goals are explore until Aric returns. Bust up some of these corpses here. Our pickaxe is about to break. And that's okay, because we can craft another one pretty simply. Eventually we'll get the ability to repair tools and weapons and armor, but we don't have that ability yet. Over here we've got a sign of the Fellowship. Just little things you can check out. Gives you a story about the sign of the Fellowship. You can destroy them with the pickaxe. I try not to, but I wish that they would give us some way of collecting them and like displaying them on a shelf in our base or something like that. Alright, that was the sound of our pickaxe breaking. So, we're going to craft another one. You can see now we can also craft the improvised axe and the oaken shield. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Those are simple, easily breakable weapons, but worth having on you. We'll save those arrows, but we don't need them yet because we don't have a bow to shoot them out of yet, so you'll find chests like these in the game. That's an ornate chest. Eventually you'll be able to make those chests, but for now we're just going to be able to loot them. Once I loot these, I like to destroy them because I'm not coming back to put anything in them, and then I know I don't see one that I've looted already and make a special trip over to it to find out that it's already empty. Because it is pretty easy to get turned around in this game and re-explore places you've already been. Alright. So, the orcs are preparing for us being here. There goes our torch. Make another one of those quick. There is a point ahead that if we pass that threshold, the orcs will attack us if we run into them, but we're not going to go past that threshold. Our inventory is full, so we can't pick everything up. But we can come back and get it later.
We got orcs.
And so we've got that protective shield. These guys are going to run away from us.
Bring the big guy. Help.
We're leaving something in there, so we won't destroy it.
Aric, what news?
There's no way west. No way out.
I did not think we would see shadow-cursed ruins in Moria. Our path, then, must go east.
Long journey. You must prepare. Up here, at that old dwarven camp.
You're right. It's time to find shelter before making our way further.
I will scout ahead. Stay alive.
With luck, we will exit the Dimril Gate. For now, we must face the long dark of Moria.
Okay, we're taking damage because we're starting to starve.
An outpost of Balin's company. We can shelter here.
So we'll come up here to this outpost. Take a quick look at it. The book on this podium. Ori's record. Says the Balan has sent 5 of us to establish outposts in the far corners of Moria. Here we begin our search. There's a chest up here. It's locked. It says we need a key.
Chest. Let's get you open. See what you're keeping secret.
It does say forge recipe found for Ori's key. So that's something we'll be able to forge once we get that capability up and running. We're going to rebuild this hearth. It gave us some recipes. We got the stone, so we're going to go ahead and rebuild this furnace. And we can't... Oh, we can. We do have enough iron ingots found in chests. So we'll go ahead and get that rebuilt. Give us some recipes. This is a map stone. We do not have the capability to repair this yet. It requires a black diamond, which we won't have for a while. And it requires a steel hammer, which is going to be a bit before we get that too. This piece of furniture isn't functional, so I'm going to get rid of it. There's a coal pallet. We need coal to fire that furnace and that forge. And we need to build a bedroll. It is dusk. It was twilight just before this. My general rule is start heading back to your base at twilight, because inevitably you're going to run into something that's going to slow you down getting there. And then try to be asleep by the time it says night, which is going to be the next portion of the night cycle. When you build these bedrolls, you have to claim them. Now if we die and revive, we will revive at the bedroll. We're going to go, if we don't die and revive at the bedroll, if we don't have a bedroll claimed, we will die and revive back at the very beginning of the game, which isn't a big deal right now, but it could very quickly become a big deal if we're further into the game. This building is kind of an inn or a pub layout. We're not going to do a full exploration because it just turned night, but I want to show you this. This keg right here, it isn't always here in these buildings, but when there's 2 of them, there's usually a keg of evening ale here. It has 40 servings in it, 40 mugs. Press your action button to take a mug. And then what's nice about that particular evening ale barrel is that it will refill itself as we... I don't know what triggers it to refill itself, but you'll never run out of evening ale. Now you press your action button and hold it till your dwarf starts to sing and dance.
Yes.
And then you see that gave us a buff. It gave us high spirits. A raucous song raises spirits. Sleep now and gain a positive effect upon waking. And it also gave us determined. A brew boosted energy for a short time. So we're going to put food on. Talk a little bit more about the cooking system in a little bit, because we're going to get to sleep. So when we wake up, because we drank that evening ale, it's going to give us a random buff. Right now we need to eat something because we're starving to death and it won't let us sleep if we're hungry. So that's the end of day 1.
When do we attack?
Now you see down there on the left it says day 2 dawn.
Flesh.
First thing we're going to do is come over here and eat our mushroom stew. You see one of them filled our cheddar bar about halfway, and that fills it the rest of the way. Okay, the first thing we want to do at the beginning of day 2 is clean this base up a little bit and get it fortified. You don't have to do this. You can play this game however you want to, but there will be a siege when we wake up on day 3. or if we don't sleep, when it becomes day 3, there will be a siege. We will be attacked by goblins and possibly wolves and bats. And we want to have this place boxed in so that we can run back here and get some protection if we need to. So, B for the build menu. Go to wood and stone. I'm going to do a window because I like to see out there. You see how it's snapping to different points in the grid. This grid is determined by your hearth. It only reaches so far. See this line out here? We can't build on the other side there. We can build on this side. First, we'll box this in. Get snapped right into that column right there. Come over and do the same thing on this side. And then back out to get a door. Now this might be good enough. As long as you keep that door closed, they won't interact with the door, but they'll beat on it. So always make sure your door is closed. But I like to be a little bit on the safer side and bolster my defenses, I guess. So we're going to take this stone barrier, build it right there on the edge.
They'll make a tasty treat.
Some of this stuff busted up out of the way. Put another barrier in there. If I hang it out to the edge here, goblins don't climb. I have seen some bounce over this height recently, but you can put it double high. Stack another one on top of it if you wanted to. But I think what I'm going to do is build a door there also. And then a wall. And that'll slow them down. When they siege happens, they're looking for you, but they're coming to your hearth to look for you. If they don't find you, they'll try to attack your hearth. But if they find you, they're going to attack you. So, keep all that in mind. Now we're going to do a loop here and gather some more. Oh, we didn't empty our pack. Well, that's not going to work very well, is it? Okay, so let's build some chests to put stuff in. Essentials and crafting. Storage and displays. I like to turn mine sideways. Let them take up less room. You can organize your loot however you want to. Put some torches down to light this place up. You can build storage pallets for some stuff. If it feels like I'm racing around, it's because I am. Trying to get some stuff done before that siege happens. Normally I would be going through and busting all this stuff up, giving myself a nice clean area. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that. I will probably have another dwarf come in here later to do that. Somebody with a better pickaxe that'll make that job quicker. But like I said, I'm not going to bore everybody with it just now. Down here in the water, we can usually find some food in this area. So here's some cranberries. We'll run back and unload. Eventually you will get a bigger backpack. You'll be able to craft a bigger backpack, I should say. That reminds me, I like to put a food chest over here by the hearth.
We got orcs.
This pig will attack me if I get too close to him and bother him. Technically, they're not called pigs. Called Dayun or something like that. So cranberries, here's more sunions. All these cranberries and sunions will grow back at a rate, like I said before, 1 per day-night cycle, up to a maximum of 4. After that, they stop growing. So you harvest them and they start over. We were talking about eating raw food before. Just about everything is okay to eat raw, except for meat. Meat will poison you if you eat it raw. Can't rebuild that yet. We don't have the proper ingredients. We won't for quite a while. I like to tell people, don't forget to look up. Never know when you're going to find the loot.
They
So if we go past this point here,
Quiet.
we go down these stairs, we run into orcs or goblins over there, they will attack us from that point. That's the threshold of the 2-day shield. Here, we're going to find some iron ore. That's what that orangish pink stuff is in the rock here. They took away that part of our tutorial already because we found iron ingots somewhere. But this little iron ore vein is always here at the beginning of the game, just to get you through that tutorial, so. Now when we actually strike this ore, we strike the ore itself, not the rock, but the ore, 3 times in a row. It'll give us the option to sing. You press the button to start singing, and it will take away the stamina cost for swinging your pickaxe. And if you sing the song to completion, it will give you a buff that will remove that stamina cost for a short time. You don't have to mine the iron to sing, you just have to mine the iron to start the song. Then just keep mining if you want to keep singing. Now we have the ore frenzy, and you see that our stamina bar is not up there anymore. And every time a goblin yells, I look at my day-night cycle, thinking that the time has snuck up on me. We'll figure out differences in the sound of your weapons and pick hitting things, and what that kind of message that's sending you. Again, don't forget to look up. Now, just as an example of what not to do, if you fall from too great a height, you will take damage. I did not take damage from that fall, though. I suppose that's a good thing. Okay, we need to get some ingots cooking. So we got 28 iron ore. It costs 3 to make an ingot. So our queue can hold 9. We already have some. So let's make Ori's key. That costs 1 iron ingot. But there's usually iron ingots in Ori's chest. Nope, we didn't make the key. We only loaded the coal. Now we made the key. Yep, 3 iron ingots, some coal, some gold coins, and some lumbus bread. Lumbus bread is one of the many rations in the game. It's the best ration in the game, actually. Okay, let's build a repair smithy. Well, let's put some more torches in here quick. The color of something is that you're trying to build determines the stability of it. Like, you can't build where it's opaque red. If it were translucent red, it's probably not going to be very stable. It might blow up on you and be destroyed. If it's yellow, it's somewhat stable and it might not get destroyed on you, but it might. So it's something you got to play with and figure out. When it shows up its normal color that it's supposed to be, that's your best stability. That's what you want to try and go for. You can get hung up on a torch. You can get hung up on it, so, which is why I'm going to destroy this torch, because I don't like getting hung up on it. Okay. Now, let's build that repair smithy. Get our stuff repaired. And we have 10 iron ingots. It's going to cost us 3 to make a iron sword, and 2 to make the hammer. The hammer is pretty important. I could get through this siege with an improvised axe, but I need the hammer to be repairing statues to get more recipes. But we have enough to make the sword too, so we'll go ahead and make that. And it is dusk, so we're getting close to that nighttime. And we need to go to sleep. Tab to bring up your inventory and move stuff around. I'm going to move that iron ingot. I'm going to set that as my primary weapon. That as a backup weapon in case the primary breaks. I could have made an Iron Hill shield, but they are, it's a tier 1 shield, and our oaken shield is also a tier 1 shield. I think the oaken shield breaks faster than the Iron Hill shield. I can't guarantee that, but It's also a lot cheaper to make than the Iron Hill shield, and I'd rather not waste my iron ingots on it. So, it is dark. We're going to run over here and get our evening ale. So we get that random buff. Maybe we'll get lucky and get the Orc Hunter buff when we wake up. I know that those torches out there outside the door are going to get me hung up. It's going to make me mad.
That is my favorite song.
Okay, we're going to cook our food. You see meals are divided up into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you eat lunch for breakfast or breakfast for dinner, it's not going to cause any negative effects. But if you eat breakfast food at breakfast time, it will give you a different buff. So we'll put that on, we'll go to sleep, and as soon as we wake up, we are going to get a horde, or a siege. Here we go. Arm ourselves.
Kill this dwarf.
Come over here and eat our food. We got the early bird buff. And if we eat the second one, we'll get the second breakfast buff. Now they're out here beating on our door. We're going to jump down here and sneak up behind them with a charged weapon.
I saw monsters in the air. That is all you've got?
There's got to be more than that. Oh, he's down here. Why is he down here? He's confused. Go over here and kill this bat. This is a weird siege. I think that guy clipping into the wall kind of messed it up. Okay.
Muznakan to a family of old. I will return the missing figures, honor them.
Okay, so this is kind of a burial, a family memorial thing. We have one of the 5 statues needed. We can place it now, but that thing's not going to open until we put the other 4 there. So we just need to keep an eye out for those. Repair the statue. Oh, we don't have any stone. I left it all back at the base. There's another Muznakan statue. Okay, so here's a little trick for free iron ingots. Oh, that's going to require some stone, so we'll go get the stone first. And some coal. Always look up. This is a coal deposit. I enjoy the mining in this game. Almost relaxing. Gives me something to focus on. Fast to complete type of thing. I'm not going to bore you guys with watching it because I don't like watching other people do it either. But to show you my next kind of trick, I need this coal and I need some stone, so you'll have to bear with me for a minute.
I love that song.
Let's hop down here and see if we can drop something so that we can pick up that coal. Let's drop the meat and the hide scraps. Okay, so we come over here. Oh, we don't have the ingredients for it. So we repaired this for 15 stone. We're going to build a small hearth there. I'll explain why when I come back. I'll go back and get some iron ingots. Drop off our inventory. I heard footsteps out here. It may have been wolves. Yep, there they go. Run down here and pick up the stuff I dropped before I forget. So this cost us 3 iron ingots to repair. Remember, the furnace cost us 15 stone. Let's go take care of these wolves before they sneak up and bite me in the butt. Drop off these other 2 statues quick. Still need 2 more. Now, remember, 3 iron ingots, 15 stone. Now we select X. Gotta have the hearth here to be able to deconstruct these. So, deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. Now, 15 stone turned into 20. 3 iron ingots turned into 5. And that's how you make free iron ingots and free stone. Come over here and repair the statue. That'll give us a recipe. Iron Hills armor, 1 of 2. We find another one of those fragments, and we will be able to make ourselves some Iron Hills armor. We don't have a lot of inventory space left. But if we have to drop something, we'll drop it. I just want to look for a couple more statues. See if we can get that box open. Gotta be careful when you're breaking stuff up in these buildings. If you ever want to restore these buildings, it's best to take a repair hammer to them, that iron hammer that we've got there, and fix them up before you really start breaking stuff, because you will tear this whole building down around your head. Don't ask me how I know. If I've explored a building, I like to light the braziers so I know that I've been here. Sometimes they go out, so it doesn't help, but you see now we have the option to add coal or wood scraps to the brazier. We don't want to waste our coal on there because we don't have a lot of coal. So we scroll down to use wood. There's another statue. But apparently our inventory is full. So we're going to drop the stone because we can always come back and pick it up.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Always look up. I think that's our last carving that we need. Yep. But we're going to continue upward in this building just to make sure we're not missing any loot. These crates with the gold edging on them have better loot than the other ones. Now what do we drop? I'm going to drop it out here so I have a chance of picking it up later. Metal fragments are really important in the game because that's what you use to repair your gear. But they're also pretty plentiful. Okay, now we can open it. And we've got a gold coin, some iron ingots, a build lore tome, 2 sapphires, and 2 build plans. I'm not going to be able to get all this, but I'll take what I can. Come back for the other 2 pieces. And we got the recipe for a trapper hat and an heirloom shield. Heirloom shield is a tier 2 shield, and it's my favorite looking shield in the game. So we will build that. What do we have here? A Swift Abakh. Swift Abakh is free sprinting. So we're going to take that one with us. These are little stone runes that you crush to get a buff for a really short period of time, like 10 to 20 seconds. Power Abakh increases attack. You will be able to craft those Abakhs eventually, once you have the materials and the recipes and the crafting station. Bat droppings are for building farm boxes. You also need granite for farm boxes. I'm going to keep that wood on me so I can build quick platforms. I also want to take a repair smithy with me in case I get caught needing one. And to set that repair smithy up, I'm going to need this hearth. So this is what we do. We drop the hearth and the repair smithy. Then we deconstruct them and we pick them back up. And all that gear goes into our inventory. about to call this one done. We're probably over an hour at this point in time. But let's just see if we can maybe get one more statue or something like that. They do put extra carvings in the game for each one of those Muznakans. The next Muznakan will not take the same carvings. They are specific to an area. But they put extras in case you have trouble finding them or in case they clip into walls or floors or something like that. Ooh, I don't have enough stone. Okay, well, there's a trick for that. Pick. The trick is not working on this wall. Let's look at some stone. It is dusk. We're going to hurry up and fix this statue. Oh, more wolves. Iron Hill's armor. Nice. It's nighttime. We gotta get that evening ale and get to bed. I do love that shield. Once I go to sleep here, we're going to call the video for today. If there's anything you want to know about or anything you want to see, let me know. We'll work it into a future video.
Let us sing it again.
Put some food on.